Hello everyone. In this, we will start solving model question paper meant for June 2025 Business Mathematics and Statistics Set 1. This is part 1 of it. First question, a woman can complete a task by working 6 hours a day for 12 days. If she increases her working hours to 9 hours per day, how many days will it take her to finish the same task? So here they gave us hours per day and the number of days it takes for the lady to complete. So it is given hours per day. 6 hours, and the number of days she take to complete the task is given as 12 days. If the hours per day increases to 9 hours per day, what will be the number of days? So this is when the hours increases, the number of days will decrease, which means it is inversely proportional. So we can write this as 6 by 9 is equal to inversely, so x by 12. That means x will be 6 into 12 by 9. That becomes 8 days. That will be the solution, means option C. Let us move on to the next question. A laptop depreciated in value each year at 20% of its previous value, and at the end of the third year, the value was 12,288. Find its original value in rupees. So the depreciated value or the terminal value, we can say terminal value, is initial value times 1 minus I to the power of n. Here the terminal value is given as 12,288. Initial value is what we have to find out. And depreciation rate is given as 20%, so I can write 0.2. And number of years is given as 3 years because at the end of third year. So here it is 3, which means 12,288 is initial value times 0.8 to the cube. That means our initial value will be 12288 divided by 0.8 to the cube. If we calculate this, we will get rupees 24,000. That is the initial or original value of the laptop. Let us move on to the next question. If a student is traveling at a speed of 45 km per hour, how long should it take to travel 90 kilometers? So we know S is distance traveled by time taken. That means time will be distance divided by speed. So here the distance is given as 90 kilometers. Speed is given as 45. That means it will take 2 hours. That will be the solution, means option B. In this case, it is option A. Let me move on to the next question. Question number 4. An enterprise produced 500 units in the second year of its existence and 800 units in its 6th year. If production follows an arithmetic progression, what was the production in the first year? So they had given us term 2. Term 2 is given as 500 units and term 6 is given as 800 units. So term 2 in an arithmetic progression can be expressed as A plus D. A plus D is given as 500. Consider it as first equation. And then term 6 can be written as A plus 5D, that is given as 800. Call it as second equation. Now let us subtract second equation minus first equation. A and A gets cancelled. 5D minus D will be 4D. And 800 minus 500 is 300, which means our D will be 75. So now that we have the first equation, let me substitute it over there. It is A plus 75 is equal to 500, which means A will be 500 minus 75, which is 425 units. That is our first year's production. That will be the solution, which means it is option A. Next question. Two numbers are in the ratio 3:5, and if 10 is subtracted from each of them, the remainders are in the ratio 1:5. Find the numbers. Since the numbers are in the ratio 3:5, we can consider them as 3x by 5x, means the ratio can be written as 3x divided by 5x. Now the question says if 10 is subtracted from each, numerator 10 subtracted, denominator also 10 subtracted, the ratio will be now 1:5. So 1 by 5. Now cross multiplying, we will get 15x minus 50 is equal to 5x minus 10. That means 15x minus 5x equal to 50 minus 10. That means 10x equal to 40, which means x is 4. If x is 4, the numbers are, therefore, the numbers are 3 times x, 3 times 4, comma, 5 times x, 5 times 4. Means the numbers are 12, comma, 20. That is our option D. Let me move on to the next question. DRS company makes a monthly payment for rupees 11,350 for 1 year at 11% annual interest, compounded monthly. Find the amount borrowed by them in rupees. Amount borrowed by them becomes the present value, and this monthly payment becomes our annuity. So we will have present, we need to find out present value is equal to A times 1 plus R to the power of n minus 1 divided by 1 plus R to the power of n into R. Now substituting, annuity amount is 11,350. And then this is, annual interest is 11%, but we are compounding it on monthly basis. So it becomes 1 plus 0.11 divided by 12 to the power of, in 1 year, there are 12 months. So to the power of 12 minus 1 divided by 1 plus 0.11 divided by 12 to the power of 12 multiplied by 0.11 divided by 12. So if we calculate this, we will get the result as 1,27,955. Here, that particular option itself is not there. This option looks like it is based on compound interest, but it is actually not a compound interest. It's a simple compound interest, but it is actually not a simple compound interest because you are making monthly payment of 11,350. So this has to be considered as annuity only, and we need to calculate the present value. Whereas these results, looks like it is based on finding a principal amount from compounding formula. We'll move on to the next question. A train covered 300 kilometer at a speed of 60 kilometer per hour, and a bus covered 180 kilometer at a speed of 45 kilometer per hour. Which one of them took more time to cover the distance, and what was the time taken? This question also not clear actually. Because if you directly see which one will take more time, means definitely bus will take more time as per this, because train's speed is 60 kilometer per hour, bus speed is 45 kilometer per hour. Straight away we can say that bus is taking more time than train, but the question is not clear. So we need to calculate, as per this question, we need to calculate the time period for both. So we have, first we will say train. Time taken is D divided by S. D is 300 divided by 60, so it is 5 hours. And bus time taken is D divided by S. Here D is 180 kilometer divided by 45, which works out to 4 hours. So they just compared these two time taken, and actually train is going to take more time as per this. So we will say, because train is taking 5 hours, train, 5 hours. So as per this calculation, because the question is not clear, the option should be C. Next question, find the next 6 terms for the series 50, 67, 84, 101, 118, 35. We may notice the difference between these two is 17, and this is also 17. This is also 17. That means our common difference is 17. So straight away we can add 17 to the subsequent numbers. 134 plus 17 becomes 152. That is the next number. So from the first itself, we can understand the option should be D, and we can check that 157 plus 17 is 169. 169 plus 17 is 186. 186 plus 17 is 203. 203 plus 17 is 220. 220 plus 17 is 237. So correct option is option D. So we'll continue this question paper in our next video.